Billy Cloud.
Yes. Number 3, pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 4, recognizing guest. We have this here and okay, number 5, sign the proclamation declaring October Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Haskell County.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm McKinley Craze with Cowboy Domestic Violence Program. This is Bethany Seiler and Amy Schiller. That's it, right? Amy Schiller. Amy is with the DA's office, and Bethany is our assistant program director. And this just says, whereas 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have been physically abused by an intimate partner, whereas 1 in 15 children are exposed to intimate partner violence in the home each year. Whereas the problem of domestic violence is not confined to any group or groups of people, but crosses all economic, racial, gender, educational, religious, and societal barriers, and is sustained in indifference. Whereas only a community effort with the support of leadership will help put a stop to the culture of domestic violence. And the last one, whereas providing education and outreach activities allows the community to become more aware of available resources and promotes a zero tolerance for violence. Now therefore I do hereby proclaim October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Haskell County.
Make a motion to approve declaration.
Second.
Clark McCleary.
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes. Okay.
Will you get a picture?
Yes.
You may do that from the courthouse or here.
If they want to do it in the courthouse, they can.
It doesn't matter to us. We can do it here.
Yeah, it's good.
You guys want to stand behind them, maybe? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all. I finally found my way back here after 5 years, not having to ask anybody.
You have a good day.
Y'all too.
Number 6, new business.
I have new business. I have the special commissioner proceedings from our special meeting on Friday.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
You need to sign the bottom of it.
Clark McCleary.
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
Thank you.
The guy with the class, he's wanting to talk to us under new business.
I've got a survey plat that y'all need to look at again, so it's time to bring it up there now, or
Yeah, you won't be on the agenda for next week for approval or disapproval?
that'd be fine, whatever.
Okay, we'll just give us
Do I
time.
need to leave this here for y'all, or?
Yeah, give us time to review it.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Thank you.
You bet, no problem.
Get Shauna to look at it.
Okay, Sheriff, you got any new business?
No, sir, not today.
Okay. Well, then move on to number 7. Approve Commissioners proceeding from the previous meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Clark McCleary.
Yes.
Larry Watson. Billy Cloud.
Yes.
No blankets.
Number 8, approve blanket POs.
No
No blanket POs. Number 9, review and sign of approved letters to withdraw from state assistance 2020 and SA 2020 and state assistance 2021, SA 2021. If not approved, continuing research progress for this funding.
So on each of you have a copy of what I'm about to discuss. Two different copies or packets, I apologize. One for 2020, you'll see that it's half, and then one for 2021. This is the state assistance that was pursued through the Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management back in 2020 and 21. That's a lot of words. For flooding that happened both of those 2 years. So we have been in the throes of this money having been requested for respectively 4 and 5 years to these particular incidents. On the back side of each one of these, just to kind of give you guys a quick view of what we have back here, and I'm just going to open up one of these packets because they're both the same. We are about to be asked by the state of Oklahoma to withdraw from these 2 requests if we do not submit appropriate paperwork for some form of reimbursement. So both of these packets are the same. One is just respective, pardon me, I'm sorry, gentlemen, to 2021, and one is respective to 2020, year 2020. So on the back side of this, you're going to have this little spreadsheet looking document here, and this is where we stand currently in records that have been identified. These have been records that have been identified from District 1. District 2 did not have disaster repair in either of these years, and then District 3, we're still waiting on some documentation for that particular disaster in both 20 and 2021. So here at this point, I have to make sure, again, I'm so sorry for my voice. I have to make sure that you know what your options are ahead of you. One is to go ahead and withdraw before the state tells us you will withdraw. And in that case, you have a letter available to you for signature to move to withdraw from that disaster response. The other option is to continue pursuing research until we either find the documentation that is necessary, or we have been told by the state of Oklahoma, which could very well happen. And what I'm receiving from Oklahoma City is any day now. So these are kind of the 2 options that are on the table, and I need to make sure that you're aware of those two options of what we need to do. We have been suggested to remove ourselves from this request, but we have not been demanded as of yet. That is not to say that that could not be received at any time due to the time frame in which we've had these things open. So we're looking, I apologize, guys. We're looking at 4 years for 2021, obviously, and 5 years since 2025.
Well,
So these are the 2 options that I need to make sure you're aware of.
I talked to Richard at the end of August, and he told me, quit wasting our time, send us in a letter, get ready for the next one.
Okay.
On both years. That's what I was told at the end of August.
And that I've heard that he's relayed that same information to me. In me putting this information together. He's not the official word.
Right.
Obviously, Director Vest would be the one to make that official call. But that's kind of where we're at. We're on the cusp of starting to be asked. We're being led that way by our regional director, I apologize. We are being led that way by our regional coordinators to withdraw because this has been so long. That being said, you all are the ones that make the decision whether we move forward with this research or whether we go ahead and withdraw from one or both of these requests.
What I don't understand is District 2 didn't have anything, but it's a pretty hard dollar, down to 20 cents on my claim. And I didn't have anything.
And that's something that you and I had discussed as I started pursuing this a few weeks back, is that, so as I mentioned, whenever I opened up one of these packets, on the back side of this was the spreadsheet of where we stand right now money-wise. And these are the figures I can support by documentation that I have my hands on at this moment on my desk. The next pages in here are the official declaration that is signed locally by our county saying, hey, state of Oklahoma, we have had excuse me, state of Oklahoma, we had a disaster. So I want to make sure you guys were aware, this is the exact letter that was sent in at that time. And then on the last page of each of those packets is a breakdown by district of how much money was spent. And you and I had discussed that whenever I was trying to pull together documents, that in both of those years, that you had not had disaster repair, you had standard repair throughout your county, your district, but did not have actual repair, but it was depicted here.
Right.
And that is a discussion that I've had with Oklahoma City, and they don't have heartburn about that. They're like, if you're not pursuing funding, we don't have any qualms with that.
Right.
So they're okay with that funding not being requested in reimbursement. They are curious as to how that number got there, which that was well before my time with the county, and I can't answer that question for them. I would have to lean back on the board for that answer as well, if they ever choose to pursue that answer.
Right. Well, I'd be in favor of canceling and quit wasting their time like they advised, but, until you get a demand letter, I don't know I'm in favor of cutting it loose and getting ready for the next one.
Well, I'd like to go ahead and pursue it a little longer because we've got a lot of man hours and documentation on our part of it.
Sure.
Yeah, and I would too, because we've filled out and worked on that for the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, and again,
But
these are the two options that I'm bringing to the
Right,
table for
you
all to
can't
make that
produce it.
decision.
I mean, this has to come from the road districts, correct?
It does. This is not, so I have all of the documentation that Oklahoma City has possession of. The documentation that Oklahoma Oklahoma City has possession of did not fulfill this request in any way, shape, or form for either of the years 2020 or 2021. Tony Coble was fantastic in pulling that information together just at the drop of a hat. And most of the supporting information, not all, but most of the supporting information that I have from your district is documented in here. It's broken out in finer detail in the spreadsheets that will go to Oklahoma City. I have a few additional records that I'm going to ask for some assistance from the clerk's office, just historical documents that I'll need to send alongside those. But I'm still waiting on that from, obviously I don't have any from Commissioner Watson, but I do need some from District 3 if we can get that out of there. I'm not saying leaning one way or the other at this point. It's not my decision. I just have to make sure you guys know what your options are. Oklahoma City has assured me that a withdrawal does not give us a black eye as a county, but as a person, I kind of feel like it leans that way. Director Vest with the Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management has indicated that there's not any type of penalty if you all do choose to go that way, so I do want you to know that as well. But this is you all's decision, gentlemen. It is just mine to provide you with information.
Well, I'd like to keep in pursuit of it, because we have a lot, and last time I talked up at the state, they told us that it was sitting there waiting on to be signed, so I don't know, and.
I don't know what they were indicating was waiting to be signed, because
Yeah.
all of the information that is on this
And Clark, he's got
drive that I've
his.
heard so much about and passing back and forth, I have access to all of that information, and none of that information meets the criteria for requesting reimbursement. So whatever it was that my predecessor took or didn't take, I don't know, to Oklahoma City, even what was allegedly on this thumb drive was not sufficient for reimbursement request. So that's where I'm kind of up against a brick wall right now. Even what has been submitted was not sufficient for a refund request or a reimbursement request.
So you'll have to have the documents furnished before you can do anything.
Absolutely.
So it's
At this point, I processed out District 1's information. Like I said, I need to work with the clerk's office to pull a few historical records of where a few things were paid, because we can say that we paid it until we show that we paid it. We can't look at that reimbursement. But that task is placed on myself just to make sure that we have paid those things. But even knowing what should have been paid, I need the rest of those records to continue this process.
y'all wanna go forward, you need a motion.
I make a motion, we move forward with it.
I'll second it.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson,
No.
Billy Cloud.
Yes. Okay, number 10, review and sign if approved resolution 312588, declaration of surplus for Haskell County Health Department.
There's what their surplus.
Need to read it and make a motion first.
That's, okay, the surplus on it is, got everybody a new typewriter, XM lamp, bookcase, and another bookcase, six, that's about it, them 4 items.
Make 'em- go ahead.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson,
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes. Okay. Number 11, review and sign approved resolution 312589, disposal of equipment for Haskell County Health Department. A bookcase, 106.7, bookcase, 10610. Looks like it.
Motion approved.
Second.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson,
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes. Number 12, review and sign if approved resolution 312590, disposal of equipment for Haskell County Health Department. Typewriter and exam lamp. I don't know.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson,
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes. Okay, number 13, review and sign if approved appropriations, transfers of appropriations, and checks received and POs to be paid.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson,
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
That bid come up in this year, didn't it, for the
Yes.
put it out the end of November, first of December. I do 6 month bids again too. And we can do year bids. If the vendor's good with it.
What's that?
We can do year bids instead of 6 months. That may do that in July though, don't it? For the fiscal year.
Fiscal year, maybe.
Probably, if he's gonna do a year, that's probably when you need
Fiscal
to
to
do it.
fiscal. It'd make it easier on your office, wouldn't it?
Yep. I'll be behind anything
Take
that
it.
makes it easier, yeah. I did redo our bid sheets, though. Cleaned them up. Made them look nicer.
It's a little easier to understand that.
Yes. I hope we have a budget this week.
Did he call you? Did he mail
Called
them?
me Friday and said he was going to mail them, but I thought he would send me a tracking number or something, and I haven't received it.
You'll call a special at the end of the week if you get them today or tomorrow.
Number 14 to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Clark McCleary.
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.